Hey y'all, Fuzzy Biker here. It is a beautiful afternoon. Tony on his hot rod over there, me on my Bear. We've been having a ball. He's got a Guerrilla 450, Bear 650 right there. It is a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. A little bit of wind. You can see the windmill spinning over yonder. Iowa's been doing its harvest. The sun is long. It's soon to go down. I want to talk about my Bear. I did a video on the hot rod Guerrilla. I put 125 miles on that yesterday. I put a mess of miles on this one today. We're over 6,000 on this bike already. It has been a lot of fun. I got it last November, so I've had it just about a year. So a year ago, yeah, just a few days over a year, I think. I got it right before we went to India. I think we went to India on the 11th. Today's the 12th or so, I think. So what do I think of it? Well, I love it. I've had a lot of fun on it. We've done, I did some trips on it this year. It's, well, what is it? Let's start with that. It's a 650 parallel twin, air-cooled, oil-cooled, single overhead cam, 4-valve per cylinder. Makes about, all that goes, it's a 6-speed transmission. Makes about 47 horsepower, I think. About 42 foot-pounds of torque. That's about 57 newton meters. This is a little more torque than an Interceptor. It weighs 478 pounds, which is about 216 kilograms. Has a 3.6 gallon gas tank, which I think is 15 liters, maybe, something like that. It's got upside down forks, Showa forks on the front. Check that out. I can't remember. I think it's 4.4 inches. No, 5.1, 130 millimeters. It's got spokes, so there are tubes in the tires. It's a hoot of a bike to ride. I put YSS on the back on mine. I think it's 4.4 on the back, maybe 4.5 on the back. 320 millimeter disc brake on the front, 270 on the rear. Dual piston bibrake caliper on the front. This has got a single piston bibrake caliper. I've got the, I think it's Eddie Mulder special, and it's got the green frame, you know, the number plating, all that neat stuff. So Eddie Mulder, he was a 16-year-old kid. He was not supposed to compete in this race in California. He got himself in. He's dead last, crapped himself the whole bit, and ended up winning the race. And it was a, I can't remember, it was a long race. And I'll try to find out more about that. But you know, this bike was made as a tribute kind of to him, you know. If you watch that race, I think he had checkers on his shirts and big question mark on the other side, something like that. If you watch you've seen the pictures. But it's a beautiful bike. It's classical style. We call it the Interceptor 2.0 because it is an Interceptor, Royal Enfield Interceptor. But it's got a longer wheelbase, a little more ground clearance, a little more torque, different seating position. You know, it's a little more stable because it's got the longer wheelbase. Instead of 18s on the front and the rear, it's got a 19 on the front, and I think it's a 17 on the back. Let me see if I can find it. It's an MRF tire on the rear. Yes, right there, 17. So it's a 140/80 17 on the rear. I think it's a 110/90 on the front. Yeah, 190 19 on the front. Aluminum wheels, you know, all the right stuff. It's got a 2-into-1 pipe. Fuel injected, of course. I think we added the knee pads. I did this. I copied my buddy over there. Actually, he copied me. He's got this is a Rhino Walk tank bag, and I think I'm going to put one of these on my Guerrilla. I've got a Guerrilla, much like that, different color, of course. If you look at the tire, you can see I've got some wear on there. We were kind of joking about that today. It's a hoot of a bike. This is for my heated gear. It's a hoot of a bike to run. I got these touring mirrors on there. They're a little smoother, a little less vibey. Put this little fly screen on the front because if you look at it, I catch a lot of bugs. It's a lot of fun of a bike. It's just a hoot. Seat height, I believe, is 32.5, which is, let's see, that would be 845 millimeters, 825 millimeters, let's say. Somewhere in there. I'll put it down below if I got it wrong. It's got running gear like this, you know, the foot pegs and the brake levers and the shift lever, those are right off the Himalayan, or at least look like it anyway. And I like that a lot. You know, again, it's a scrambler. We took a wrong turn when we were in Moab, Onion Road or Onion Creek Road or something like that. Ended up where we shouldn't be. And the guy in the Himalayan, Colorado Mark, he had no trouble. Hot Rod Gary was on his Tiger, I was on this, and we had trouble. But the bike made it. You know, it was stair steps, baby ledges, baby heads, ledges, all that neat stuff. And it was 15 miles of that. It took us 4 hours. The bike went through it, and it did. It was a little too high geared for that, but it did it well. It did it well. So this is the Guerrilla, and I put a mess of miles. I crossed over 300 miles of mine already. And I think I borrowed 2 other bikes, which I put a total of maybe 900. So I've got over 1,200 miles on these already. It's lighter, 408 pounds. That's about 185 kilograms. Smaller fuel tank, 11 liters, which is about 2.9 gallons. 17 front, 17 rear, tubeless tires, same size brake. No, it's not. It's a 310 millimeter brake with a dual piston bibrake caliper. Showa front forks, and the Showa rear forks. I believe it's 5.5 inches of travel in the front, which is 140, and 150 millimeters on the back, 5.9. It's really something. Here's the really cool part. The seat height on this is 30.7 inches in stock form. That is 780 millimeters. So it's lighter, lower to the ground. You know, it's more nimble handling. It's a whole different beast compared to this. They fill the same niche though. They fill the same niche. I've got both bikes in my garage, and they fill the hoodlum, fun riding, go out and have some fun with your buddies, you know, run through the hills with them. You know, they both do that well. If I were to go do the California coast tomorrow, I'd struggle with which one to take. You know, the Pacific Coast Highway. I just did that on my Himalayan and had a ball. Yeah, actually, both bikes do it well. They're fabulous machines. Fabulous machines. Which one would you like to have? Which one would you rather have? Would you rather have something like this? You know, traditional styling, 650 cc's, you know, a little bit longer. I think the wheelbase is 1,460 millimeters, which is 57.5 inches, versus, I think this is 1,440 millimeters. Not that much, you know, 56 and change, I think, for wheelbase on this one. They're both a hoot to ride. Again, which one would you rather have? And then the other question is the looks. So the looks are very polarizing. I'm an old guy. I love the way this looks, you know. I'm an old guy, and then I rode this, and I love the way, after riding it, my opinion of its looks increased. I think this is a more modern looking bike. You know, it's got the liquid cooled engine. It's more compact, it's lower, it's all those neat things. Monoshock on the rear, of course, you know. This one has a center stand, where this one does not. Now you can add a center stand to this, but you have to do some tweaking to it. You have to get rid of the bread box, the catalytic converter. I haven't done any of that on this. This is all stock. Anyway, they're a lot of fun, and the sun is waning. And I think what we are going to do is hop on our bikes and head back to town. Now, if y'all are interested in a motorcycle like this, or like that, or any Royal Enfield or Triumph or classic British bike of any type, need parts, accessories, thingamajigs, doodads, coats, helmets, jackets. By the way, I haven't had this jacket on for 2 weeks. I haven't rode my Howard Himalayan for 2 weeks because they've had it at Baxter Cycle. And it is good to have it back on. I love this thing. It's got over 36,000. It's a Royal Enfield Nervik 2 jacket. It's got over 36,000 miles on it. Not a failure. Velcro works good. Zippers work great. Blah, 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 right? Anyway, if you're interested in anything like that, get to the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa, to Baxter Cycle, or go to baxtercycle.com. Tell them, hey, look at this. We are at the site of the first train robbery in the West committed by the notorious Jesse James and his gang of outlaws on July 21st, 1873. Fuzzy Biker sent you. Get off the couch, get off that easy chair, get out and live life, my friends. Wahoo! Beautiful. That's the guy. That's the guy that owns it.
Oh, that's
Dude.
you gotta be good. Keep the greasy side down.
Wahoo! Vermont. Wahoo!
Wahoo!
Wahoo, Alaska!